It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and Hall of Famer David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan. Boy, do we have a treat for you folks. The big ticket is here. Kevin Garnett in the house. KG, welcome.
Man, a lot of people don't know that you actually gave me the name, the big ticket. Dude, K-Hard, man, I hope you got a package of all of this somewhere. I hope you own all the names that you've given over the years.
You are the big ticket still. Great to have Kevin Garnett. This Arizona crowd ready to roar in this Western Conference matchup for the Phoenix Suns. And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Ben Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football. It may be one reason he's so comfortable attacking defenses and creating. He said, you have to read the defenders, draw them, then get rid of it. Otherwise, you're going to get tackled. Well, that's a foul in the NBA, but I understand his sentiment, guys.
And David, he is not shy about contact at all. Thanks. For Karl Anthony Towns, Kevin, the opportunity to learn about the game as a teammate of yours. How impressed by him were you as you're watching him taking baby steps in this league?
I watched firsthand, to see his potential. The first thing I love about him, I love his bones about him. I love how he thinks. I love his perception when it comes to the game. You got to approach this game to come in, to dominate, to be a presence from day one. Coming in, stepping on. If not, you're being stepped on. His work ethic is impeccable. I love how he goes. He doesn't just go through the motions. He does it with velocity. He looks to be better. He watches film on himself, which is very important. He understands X's and O's. He can pass out of defenses. He's a willing passer. The things I always work on him with is counters. He wants to meet potatoes. He wants to go. You got to have counters these days. He's gotten better with that. He stretches his game out to the three ball to be consistent.
I see your fingerprints all over.
Man, listen, I really do. I can't take any credit for any of that, but I like to think that I've been an impression to him to where I've given him the lookbook. If you follow these things right here and these things right here can happen, possibly. Potentially, what's hard to teach with young guys is appetite. I didn't have to teach this with him. This kid has an unbelievable appetite in him. A super hunger, and I love it, man. It's like looking in the mirror at a younger version with hair. This is my DNA. It's like looking in the mirror.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. We've got Joe Ingles. Ben Simmons is out there with Bogut. And it's prime time. And it's Mills in at the one spot.
How about that extension and timing? A couple of reasons why Bogut led the NBA in blocks back in 2011.
And great hustle to turn that block shot into a fast break opportunity. Big time play on both ends.
Now here's Ariza. He picked up 12 points in their last win again.
And guys, he was also huge on defense, turning away 2 shots and altering countless more.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Here's Francis, guarded by Simmons. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And Ariza much improved as a free thrower over the course of his career.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And a very steady season for him at the charity stripe last year. He was right at 85%.
Two shots.
That one is off. Good on the second free throw. And you see the floor spacing that's in fashion these days in the league. Kevin, if you were just coming into the NBA right now, would you be more inclined to work on your three-point shot?
I think so. I think if you are a stretch 4, if you're a 3, or even if you're a 5 now, you have to be able to shoot the 3 consistently, whether it's in the corners or at the top. You have to be able to show that you can stick the 3 ball. I think a lot more small ball is going on now. I think a lot of teams have reverted to the Golden State speed and the pace up type of style now. If I was a rookie coming into the game, I would definitely have to have some confidence in shooting the 3 ball and some consistency in making it.
Up top, Mills. Misses off the left iron. Gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Pass to Sosa. Shot on the wing. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Horford's got 3 assists now in this one. Bogut high post. Towns on him. The 3 from Mills. Connects from three-point range. Mills has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Pass to Ariza. Over Ingles. Tries again. Horford no luck.
Not the kind of strong finish it should have been. Something threw him off.
Took him no time at all on that one. Mills has got 5 now.
I'm telling you this, if you leave one of Ingles' teammates open, Joe is going to find him.
To the middle. Here's Towns. No good on that one. Nice D from Bogut. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Ingles kicks to Mills. Bogut down low. Ariza covering. No good from Bogut. And Kevin, you think about all the individual accolades you won, the MVP, the Defensive Player of the Year award. Where does the title NBA champion rank on your personal list?
Being an NBA champion is everything. If I didn't win any of that individual stuff, I would be totally fine with just being an NBA champion.
Here's Simmons after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns. Pass to Ingles. A three-pointer is right on target. Ingles has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. It's Ariza on the wing. He kicks to Towns. Ariza against Ingles. Here's Francis. 4 on the clock. Over Bogut. Wow, way off on that one.
And why take that contested shot? I mean, make the extra pass.
Now, that's a head scratcher. When the defense is in your grill, move the ball.
Now, here's Ariza. Here's Francis. Feeds it to Horford. And he banks in the layup.
Well, solid body control from Al Horford. This is a big guy who's great at cashing in down low.
Gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Got that bucket in no time at all. Primetime's got 6 points, being 42% to begin this game. Sosa the pass to Ariza. Now the pass to Sosa. From about 19 feet, up again, Horford. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Horford. The 2K leaderboard provides us now with this list of last season's assist leaders. 4th, Ben Simmons.
Very few guys pass the ball better than he did. I mean, he didn't just have eyes in the back of his head. It's almost as if he had them on both sides, too.
Gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. And Kev, in your time with the Celtics, you had the big 3. Big 4 even when you consider Rajon Rondo. There had to be a leader. And I know you guys all deferred to Paul because he was there.
Yeah.
Without you, that doesn't come
But
on.
just to think about it, though, we all shared in different types of leadership. Paul Pierce was a great leader in all that what you possess. I was more vocal and more energetic. Ray was more wise and more of wording and understanding of concept and what we were all there for, and constant reminding, not to say that you didn't have some young ones buck back or whatever. It's part of it. In that whole thing, we're all learning something. We're all adjoining. We're all sinking each other, good and bad. We're learning how to talk through things. Things that, you use in your everyday life. Things that we use in our locker room, we were able to take out of our own and use in our everyday life and communicate better and not be frustrated and let you go and hear your point and then hear it from your side. A lot of good points in what we did, man. Seriously.
Life things, too.
True growth. True growth when you really think about it, True growth.
Amazing. Here's Baines. Kicks to Exum. Back to Baines. Over in the corner, Dellavedova. Misses in close.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
The first one falls. And the type of leader you are, Kevin, the idea of coaching must have crossed your mind at some time. Am I right or no?
Oh, no. Listen, I like to think.
Too much?
You know what? You have to have a certain patience with coaching. I like to think of myself as a teacher.
Yes.
I like to think of myself as being able to articulate certain things about the game, having a high IQ, being able to translate that from, how I'm thinking to showing you. Those are the things that enthusiastic about, some stuff I want to show about. I don't have any enthusiasm about being out here, X's and O's, drawing up a play. Man, being a coach is a huge responsibility.
And if they couldn't match your intensity, I'm sure that would frustrate you as a coach, right?
You have to understand that not matching my intensity, but getting a goal done. How you go about something is your way. Long as we're here to reach the same goal.
Yes.
I can't tell you how hard to do something. But I will hope that you would do it hard enough to where it was preventative or however hard it took to reach the goal. And, I've always said that if I'm able to teach someone and get them to work with me, I would hope that they would put some velocity in it in the hopes in which I win at it. That's the only way you got to go at it.
Well said. And good that time.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Here's the quick. Defended by Dellavedova. Passes it to Vargas. Tries again. Misses off the right iron.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game. And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Rebound by Dellavedova, being 56% in this first quarter. An outstanding start for this offense. Here's Exum. Another shot. Here's Baines. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Z the pass to the quick. Here's Roberts. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And that nickname, the big ticket, it stuck, and it certainly fit. KG, you were the big ticket.
Lord knows I owe you for that one, man.
But you were the big ticket.
Where'd you get that from, man?
I don't even know.
Okay, man, listen.
But do you like, of all the nicknames you have, and you've got some,
yes.
But do you like that as well as any you got?
Listen, it has morphed now. I am the ticket. So
the ticket,
my friends come to me and they ask me, Teron Lou, he don't call me. He hasn't called me Kevin since you've been calling me the big ticket. Everybody calls me Ticket.
How about that?
All the young guys, I don't even think they know my name. There's no Ticket.
The ticket.
Tick. Hey, Tick. Right, so that's what it is.
You are the big ticket still. Jay's checked in for Aaron Baines. He's off on the second. Dellavedova with the ball. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Maker passes to Jay. Here's Jay, and he's good on the 3 ball.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Here's the quick. 55 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Takes a 3. Nothing that time. He's 0 for 2. Here's Maker. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Been down around 24%. Obviously, they've struggled. Shot by Roberts, no good. Pass to Jay. That one, no good.
Boy, it's tough to see how he misses that one. I don't think the defense was all that tight on him.
Here's Maker. The three-pointer, no good. Here's the break. The pass to ABC. And so it's the visiting team. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. We'll get right back to the action when we return. The game is evolving, and Al Horford has changed his game along with it.
It never occurred to me that I'd be shooting threes at this rate and doing some of the things that I'm doing. But it's just the way that the game has evolved.
And give Horford credit. He adjusted with the times. He didn't stay set, Greg, in his ways.
Yeah, he was always a great mid-range shooter, and he's proven to be a legitimate threat from deep.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Tough defense throughout that first period, and it's really paying dividends.
Well, I think there's a level of physicality with them right now and not allowing the opponent to feel comfortable getting into their heads just a bit.
Jay out there with Jay. Then it's Exum. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. No good there. For the game at 42%. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, it is the era of positionless basketball, but how exactly did we get here? Well, new defensive rules at the turn of the century encouraged face-up scoring, motion-based offense, and guard play over isolation and post-ups. As a result, offensive roles have become more interchangeable.
It has become a positionless game now. David, thank you very much. From deep three-point range, another miss for him. Now shooting 1 for 4 from the floor.
Well, I tell you, still looking for that first three of the second quarter. He had one to open this game in the first.
Pass to Montero. Puts it up from 12. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. And, Kevin, you were drafted back in 1995, straight out of high school. You ever wonder how your career might have been different had you played some college basketball?
When I look at college, those are people that are going to, if not preparing themselves for something else. I was doing the same thing at a rapid rate, doing it through college.
Very accelerated rate.
Very accelerated rate. Where people was getting in 4 years, I was probably getting in 6 months, if not 3 months, and had to understand and articulate it. Then I got to block out. I got to understand what all that is and how finance and economics work and how it affects me. And now I got to strategize from when I'm going to do certain business moves throughout this whole season and be able to talk to an owner and talk and negotiate and go back and forth within a certain timeline. This is all stuff that you don't get in a book. No, this is all on the ground. You got to learn it, and you got to have a passion for it. You can't sit back and let somebody do your job for you. You got to know what it is. To be able to teach someone something is elite to me. So,
and it was a process, and you enjoyed the process, though, right? Because you were a sponge. You absorbed so much as from a person watching you go through all this.
I'm a student.
Yeah.
And you know me. You've been knowing me since I was a kid. You saw my growth. You saw when I struggled. One thing about struggle, you always have a chance to do something about that. I like to think that in life you have a choice. You can, it's what you do and how you do it. And I've always wanted to be a person of quality. Always wanted to be a person of class. You know that. And I'm a professional, and I was taught that you don't get to pick and choose when you're a professional. And I like to think that I've learned through my mistakes and I've applied the stuff that I've learned through my mistakes. Some of the things I'm teaching these young guys, some of the things I'm talking to these young guys about is just simple experiences and how I messed up. And if I can do it over, I would do it like this. And if I can talk to, my parents, and I have parents like your parents, I would sit down and I would say this. Relating to these young guys, understanding these young guys, understanding, period, says a lot for everything. That's what I've learned through all of this.
Gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Kevin, you said that 18-year-olds should be able to enter the NBA draft. If you had a son that was good enough to be drafted, had a chance to go play at a big-time college basketball program, would you feel any differently, or you'd probably take that same approach?
You know, every situation is different.
I know it is.
And I would like to think that whatever his appetite and whatever I felt like he was prepared to be ready for, you know, none of it's easy and it's going to be hard either way. I would just look to take advantage of opportunities versus having to stop and go in a place. If I can go straight to somewhere versus having to stop, I'm going to go straight to the destination. I'm not going to stop.
And maybe trust the example that you've set for him for those 18 years at home, being under your roof.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Then being able to say that I had you under my roof, I basically trained you for this moment here. And then now it's up to the individual, you know. Take him to the water, here's your opportunity, what you going to do with it.
A lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. On Tuesday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis. Then on Monday, that free throw, no good. And he's good on the second. Gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. Here's Francis. Goes up to the stripe. The shot missing. Passes it to Primetime. He kicks to Simmons. Pass to Mills. No good from Simmons.
And really, they had the play all set up there, and then it just breaks down.
I can't believe they didn't pull that one off. Everything seemed there. They've got to be upset with themselves.
The putback. Ingles with the rebound. Horford's gone just 1 of 5 from the field. For the 3, Joe Ingles, and that's good. Ingles has got 6 points.
So you've got to chase Joe Ingles off that three-point line because he is lethal.
Sosa the pass to Towns. Ariza outside. Back to Towns. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Towns has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
The pass to Ingles. And it's off from three-point range. Around 24%. Not a good showing here. Ariza with the bucket.
Well, Towns showing himself to be a willing facilitator. If you're open, he's going to find you.
Timeout. Guard it.
The Quickies checked in for Dimes.
And a moment now to check out the numbers for Horford. A very nice season for him last year. Last season, he averaged 13 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. And for any other player putting up those numbers, we'd say they were great, but for him, they're just simply run-of-the-mill.
Agreed. A lot of guys in this league would be very happy with that stat line, but this guy is the real deal. He is built for more.
Now, here's Ingles. He has 6.
Boy, the chemistry Joe Ingles has with his teammates is clearly evident. This guy loves to share the rock.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Here's the Quick. Offline with his 3. 31% in the second. Some poor shot selection for them in this quarter. And Simmons slams it in.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Here's Horford. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Yeah, Kev, that's about all-out effort from Al Horford. He refuses to be denied.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
One shot, gentlemen.
The free throw off from Horford.
Well, there's so much to like about Al Horford's game, right? He's a superb shooter. He's an excellent passer, very high basketball IQ. What's not to like, Kevin?
Now here's Mills. He's got 8.
You can see the reason it can be a tough day down low, and he's going after it on the glass. Some serious length to contend with.
Horford. The second effort. Ariza finds Towns. Here's Simmons. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Boy, what a tough night. Imagine what their lead would be if he were having a better night from the field.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Karl Anthony Towns takes the hit, gets the whistle.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
The first free throw is good.
Well, a 7-footer who's got guard-like skills, who can shoot the lights out. Karl Anthony Towns is a problem, guys.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
I tell you, as good as he is at the line, it allows him to invite contact when he's down low.
Dellavedova kicks to Maker. Now here is Dellavedova. D right on him. Ariza with the rebound. Ariza's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And it's sent back by Bogut.
I'll tell you, he hasn't been able to find the mark all night. It's a big reason they're staring at this deficit.
Towns with the defensive effort.
That's just superb interior defense, not allowing him a free run to the rim.
And Maker sends it back. And he's able to get it back. Pass to Francis. Here's the quick. Puts up a 3. Sinks the triple.
Exactly the kind of ball movement they're looking for.
1:49 left in the first half of basketball. Now here is Dellavedova. No points in the game yet for him. Passes it to Maker. Here's Jay. Lays it up off the glass.
Timeout, timeout.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And timeout call by Kenny Atkinson.
Yeah, just ice cold right now from the floor. Time to regroup.
I think, Greg, they look lost and they look frustrated. Not sure how they're missing so many shots right now.
And while we've got this moment here now, let's take a look at last season's leaders in converting turnovers into points.
And this team, in terms of scoring off of turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively. And, boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
To the right side. Exum pulls it in.
Boy, they can't cut into this lead with him going stone cold and only so much time to turn it around.
And we want to thank Kevin Garnett for joining us, giving us some perspective. KG is always great, and thank you. You've given us a lot to think about with your comments tonight. Thanks for coming by.
Okay, Hall, man, I hope I was able to help, man. You know, thank you for letting me be part of it.
You took over the broadcast.
Not even, man. I'm learning.
You took over the broadcast.
I'm learning from the best, K. Keep doing it, man.
Love you, buddy.
My dude.
And always a special occasion to have KG with us, Doris, a guy who really brings it every time we speak with him.
Well, his enthusiasm is contagious. This guy is a leader on and off the court. There's a vibrancy, a joy that he brings that was key to his success as a player and how fun as a broadcaster.
Here's Roberts. Pass to Delgado. And that's collected by Bogut. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Over in the corner, Dellavedova. To the middle, here's Maker, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova. Maker's got his first points of the night.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
From 18 feet away.
You have to like that defensive effort. Dante Exum using his size to throw these shooters off.
And so it's the visiting team going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it's good to have you back. You're watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. This right here is Kenny the Jet Smith. This right here is Shaquille O'Neal. Me, I'm just Ernie. Checking out the visiting team. Shaq, let's get your insight on the visiting team.
The speed they're playing with has been fantastic. They're pushing the ball in transition and catching the defense. That's snapping, Ernie. Anyway, a huge chunk of their offense has come on the break. They've got a nice lead, but they shouldn't slow anything down. I say keep doing what you do.
How about you, Kenny? What did you think about this home team?
They need to make major adjustments on the offense. Whatever their game plan was going into this game, scrap it. It's not been effective. The shots they were taking were not good shots. They need to find a way to spring guys open where they could shoot a better percentage.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. And what can you say? Towns, an impressive effort here.
Yeah, the rebounding, particularly on the offensive side, as good as it gets. He was bringing the effort down low.
Well, it's his specialty. There are certain guys who can dominate a half or even an entire game by generating second chances.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. A lot of offenses, Doris, initiate that high pick-and-roll offense, which is so fun to watch. Which ball handlers do you want running that play for you if you were on the sideline?
Come on now, there are some master manipulators in the pick-and-roll. Let's begin with the great James Harden. We'll begin with his teammate, Chris Paul. Steph Curry. You give Steph Curry options to read in the pick-and-roll, he's going to make the right choice. There are a lot of guys who can manipulate the defense in a pick-and-roll, but those 3 are at the top of my list.
Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Horford. Then there's Boss. Then there's Dimes. And it's Ariza in at the 3 slot. That's the group starting the second half for Kenny Atkinson. Sosa the pass to Horford. Here's Dimes, covered by Mills. Over to the left wing. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And Ben Simmons, who missed the first season in the NBA with an injury. Boy, Greg, was he worth the wait.
And you knew he'd be a special kind of player after being taken first overall. But he is so unique in how great of a player he is. His ability to command attention on offense without having a great outside shot really is something you just don't see in today's NBA.
The first one falls.
And the athleticism that Simmons has is downright unreal. Just a remarkable talent who has the potential to be one of the all-time greats.
So he gets them both. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Here's Francis. The pass to Sosa. Pass to Horford. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Ariza. That 3 off the mark. Gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's prime time. 8 points for him. And Mills kicks to Simmons. And stolen by Horford. Towns high post. That one's not going to go. 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andrew Bogut. It's stolen by Ariza. Here we go, one-on-one. Sosa the pass to Towns. Tries again, and he sinks the layup. Towns has got 12 points in the game.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
Here's Simmons. He feeds it to Baines. The shot misses. Good work defensively by Horford.
Boy, what a cold start to the second half for them. Just 1 for 4 from the field so far.
Francis passes to Towns. Ariza outside. Shot clock at 5. Outside, Towns. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. He's got 15.
On the catch and shoot, just so relaxed. Almost looks like Towns is playing a game of horse out there.
A baseline J. No good on the shot.
Tough start to the second half. Just 1 for 5. Wow.
Got that one up quick.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Well, there's no doubt this guy's on a hot streak right now. That's why he keeps getting the ball in this one. They're like, hey, we're going to feed the hot hand.
And with the Tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
Well, Greg, I think I love the timeout call. At least it gives you a shift in momentum. It's a smart move.
Looking at some numbers for Simmons. He's coming off an excellent season. 4th in assists, 9th in steals, and he was such a reliable option offensively, finishing in the top 10 in field goal percentage.
And as you said, dishing out dimes at a top 5 pace. He was in total command of the offense last season. Look for more good things to come. Now here's Ariza. Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
Boy, how about the anticipation from Karl Anthony Towns? Beats everyone to the spot and goes right back up with it.
Passes it to prime time. Down low. And Simmons slams it in.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. At the top of the key, Horford looking to end his cold spell. Simmons with the defensive effort.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end.
On Friday, and then on Friday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis. On defense, the home team. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half, and that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand. They get it back. Here's Ariza. They had a number of cracks at it, but came away empty-handed.
And another miss. Oof, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Here's Dimes, covered by Mills. Ariza outside. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Commissioner Adam Silver recently said there's nothing magical about 82 games. Doris, What do you read into that?
I read nothing more than the leadership that Adam Silver is about, and seems to me that the NBA is one of the most proactive professional sports leagues in the world. And by that I mean, Kevin, they will evaluate every aspect of their business. If they believe it's advantageous to make change, then they will go to their competition committee, they will go to their ownership committees, and they will make whatever change they believe is for the ultimate good of the game. And that's exactly what you'd hope for.
Personally, 82 games, in your opinion, what do you think?
You know what, Kevin? It can be a little bit of a grind, but there is money at stake. And obviously, that's a difficult thing for owners to come up and over. The players would have to want to give some money back. So, listen, 82 games is long, but what happens, I don't know.
And pretty terrible here in the third quarter at around 30%. Mills dishes to Simmons. Shot from 12. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Simmons got 12 in the game. A decent amount of time left as they try to find a way back into it.
Yeah, but it will be soon if they don't start cutting into this deficit.
Here's Sosa. Mills with the rebound. Thing has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. From 13, here's Exum. And another shot, and the rejection by Towns. Z, the pass to Sosa. Shoots over Mills. And Simmons with the rebound. Simmons got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. And the rejection by Towns. Inside, Ariza. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. Ariza's got 4 points this quarter.
A strong finisher around the rim. Ariza with the size to do some damage.
To the inside. And the basket by Ingles.
Boy, that's what you call timing. He doesn't have to break stride on the pass.
And timeout call by Kenny Atkinson.
How about Karl Anthony Towns, guys? At the age of 11, guess how tall he was? 6'3". So it was his goal to develop a complete skill set all the way back then. Boy, how about that? Ahead of the game in terms of the NBA.
Both teams will make substitutions. Here's ABC. Pass to Montero. Fires from deep. And Simmons with the rebound. And talk about the mindset nowadays. Kids like Towns growing up not content to just play in the paint.
That's exactly right, Kevin. His father would divide their workouts into 2 halves. The first was face-up, dribbling, perimeter shooting. The second half of that workout, the interior, footwork, mic and drills, finishing over either shoulder. Boy, that's a pretty smart dad.
Here's Montero. It's stolen by Maker. And here comes the break. And here we go. And it's denied. And they're able to recover.
He's trying to make something happen, but obviously been a tough quarter.
Here's ABC. And Roberts has it in the corner. The pass to Montero. 5 to shoot. Shoots over Exum. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. The G League, Doris, growing roster of teams, introduced 2-way contracts last season. Is it safe to call it an official minor league at this point, do you think?
Well, I'm just going to say that I thought this was one of the best changes to the NBA last season. And you look at certain players who went back and forth between the G League, and when they were up with the respective NBA team, they were a significant part of the rotation. Quinn Cook comes to mind. The NBA champion had a 2-way player in Quinn Cook, who was a vital part of their G League and then becomes a vital part of their real-time success. To me, what a tremendous platform for player development, Kevin.
The league has gotten it right with this. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Take a break. Take a break.
2 shots.
That's good from Exum.
You know, the Australian Dante Exum, to me, Kev, has an enviable skill set. He's 6'6", and he has the potential to be special at the point guard.
So he gets them both. And terrible so far in the second half, down around 26%. Dishes it to Roberts. Here's Montero. Clock at 6. Tips it up.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
A minute 50 left in the third. Kicks to Maker. Now here is Dellavedova. He's tightly guarded and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Two shots.
He's off on the first. He hits the second from the line.
And they're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
Passes to ABC. Nice D from Bogut.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Right, perfect contest in that instance, Greg, making it really hard on the shooter to have any kind of space at all.
Defended by Dellavedova. Pass to Francis. 55 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Vargas. Makes it off the glass.
Boy, nice feed. Leading him into some space. A nice catch on the run, too. Wow.
Over in the corner, Dellavedova. And the 3 off target. Just 26% out there. A terrible showing from an offense capable of much better. Shot and game clock separated by 5. A nice shot by Exum.
Really good anticipation by Dante Exum. He feels the defense laying off, and he sticks it.
Here's Francis. We've got 13 seconds left in the third quarter. Shoots from the line. No good off the back of the rim.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And so it's the visiting team in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Matthew Dellavedova is out there with Exum. Then there's Maker. Then it's Bogut. And it's prime time and at the small forward position.
You know, fought hard from start to finish on that play. Defended the shot and then finished it off with the rebound.
Oh, that's just the patience of Bogut. He lets the play develop, makes the extra pass beautiful.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That free throw good from Maker. Here's Francis. Over Bogut. Francis' shot is off.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Bogut, the pass to prime time. He's 4 for 6 from the field with that miss. Being a putrid 25% from the field. Poor shot selection all around. It's hauled in by Bogut. Bogut's got 7 rebounds in the game. Got a piece of it. And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
Playing with lots of energy here, trying to cause turnovers.
I love the tenacity right now. Definitely on the prowl, looking for every opportunity to make a steal. The other team has got to be sharp.
Dimes, he's checked in for ABC. Here's Dellavedova. To the middle. Here's primetime. And the shot is long.
Well, can't find the target, but good work to get into open space inside the arc.
Pass to Sosa. And he stepped in the line, so they turn it over. Mills, he's checked in for Matthew Dellavedova. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Here's primetime. Lets it go from the wing. The shot that time not on target.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
14 feet away. It's deflected.
He's so frustrated. Hasn't had a make all game. It's making it very difficult for them to find any success.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Horford the pass to Sosa. Here's Francis, covered by Mills. Looking to get it going. Here's Delgado. Nice D from Bogut.
And it's not easy to get those stops at the rim, but he does a great job with it.
Yeah, he can make it look simple on the interior when it's really not. He knew exactly how to guard on the inside.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Players going to great lengths to improve their performance and extending their prime years. We're seeing it all over the league. Doris, it amazes me.
I heard a number of LeBron James spending 7 figures a year.
Wow.
That's a 1 in 6 zeros to take care of his body.
No kidding.
Right, making an investment in your future. Understanding nutrition to training to recovery. Listen, you have a limited window, Kevin, to make money with your body if you're a professional athlete. So why you wouldn't want to extend that window as long as possible? You're playing a kid's game for fun, Kevin. Come on, let's lengthen it out if we can.
Mills finds Bogut. 5 on the clock. Here's primetime. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Horford.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Two shots.
First free throw is good. Ben Simmons, he's checked in for Andrew Bogut. And so he's able to get one of two. Well, the league taking steps, Doris, to reform the draft lottery, flattening out the odds, doing a variety of things just to analyze the way it works, the mechanics. Do you think the change will be enough?
Well, again, I think this goes back to the leadership at the top of the NBA, and the right man is in charge in Adam Silver. And as is typical to Adam Silver, everything happens with a very measured approach in terms of reform. You do a little bit, and then you evaluate. But I think Adam has made it clear that the change they made to the draft lottery was nothing more than a first step. Now, where do we go from here? That remains to be seen.
Here's Towns. Wide open shot is on the money. Towns has got 21 in the game.
There's such confidence and belief and faith in his offensive arsenal that Karl Anthony Towns makes it look easy on that end.
And the pass to Baines. Out to the wing. Now here's Mills. Ariza covering. Simmons inside. Working on Horford. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
What mastery from Simmons, fooling the entire defense in the paint there.
Two shots.
And that one misses. Indoors last summer, we saw the inaugural season of the NBA 2K League. Over half the league's franchises fielding teams. It looks to be the start of something very special and very unique.
No doubt, Kevin. And the NBA has always been an organization at the forefront of embracing technology. And the reality is there is a huge market for this. The younger generation gets just as excited with how their virtual home team is doing in the standings. Big things on the horizon for the NBA 2K League, and you better not square up against me, Kev. You got no shot.
Oh, okay. I've recorded that comment.
And if there was ever a guy who was more than what his stats say, it's Al Horford. Won't have nights where he drops 50 or carries a team with his shot blocking, but you ask anyone he's played with and they'll tell you he is a perfect teammate.
Free throw drops for Al Horford. And the big men who compete against Horford have nothing but respect for him, Greg.
Well, it is why he's been selected as an all-star by his peers and why guys like Embiid admire his game. I mean, Horford does all the small things on the floor you need as a big man. He's so humble. He just goes about his game and makes his team better in every facet. Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And Mills kicks to Simmons. Back to Mills. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got his 5th assist in this one.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
To the inside, Towns lays it up and banks it in. Towns has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, takes contact, keeps his balance. Nice finish by Towns.
Now Mills. And here is Ingles. Passes it to Mills. And he's good on the 3 ball.
He's hit 4 now from behind the arc, 2 in each half, making an impact.
Here's Dimes, covered by Mills. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Towns. Simmons with it. We've seen, Doris, the NBA take a very active role in growing the game internationally. Talk about some of the specifics you've seen in that regard?
Well, I think you have a great leader at the top in Adam Silver who understands that the game is growing on an international stage. It's becoming increasingly popular. And so you see NBA teams going over and playing regular season games in different countries. That's one particular way. Then you have the NBA Cares initiative, which when those teams are over there, they can go out and build basketball academies. NBA in Africa is a once-a-year trip, and they bring 2 teams of NBA players. Think about some of the players off of that continent where they have turned into legit stars. So I think it's important that the game continue to develop, and I love that the NBA considers it part of their responsibility.
And he's good on the second.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawn some fouls.
Here's Dimes, covered by Mills. Ingles against Ariza. Here's Towns. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Well, battling hard. That's an impressive move by Towns. He'll go to the stripe.
Shooting one.
And that one misses. Probably no surprise, Doris. Fans would rather watch shots being hit from the field over free throws. So should the league do anything to perhaps cut down on trips to the free throw line?
You know what, Kevin? I don't know that I necessarily think there need to be fewer trips to the charity stripe. I don't like the hack-up player strategy, and I think that we've taken a good first step toward correcting that particular issue. But right now, I like the way the game is played in terms of officiating. My only objection to the way the game is officiated is take away those intentional fouls that are prohibiting fast break basketball.
Kicks it to Roberts. Pass to Nunez, and Jay gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul, so both teams making some changes here. Outside, Towns. Shot clock at 6. They grabbed their own miss. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. Towns has got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Well, he continues to be a dangerous scorer for them, but he can't do it all by himself. Someone else has got to help them climb out of this hole.
Here's Baines. Back to Mills. There's the pass to Primetime. Good on the triple.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
A terrible 27% from the floor. Boy, an off night for them, to say the least. A lot of times late in the season, Doris, we see the expensive vets bought out of their contracts. Often they sign for a cheap price for a true contender, and that affects parity among postseason qualifiers.
No doubt about it, Kevin. It really brings into very sharp focus the value of a quality GM, because the rich can get richer, and it can tilt things toward the top teams. I don't mind it, Kevin. Part of the reason these players agree to a buyout in the first place is the opportunity to choose their next situation. It is within the rules, and therefore I have no problem with it.
I like it as well. Andrew Bogut checked in for Aaron Baines. Look at Patty Mills. What a contribution.
Yeah, I think they've got to be talking about just guarding him a little more tightly on the perimeter, or keep the ball out of his hands as much as possible, period. That's about the only way you're going to cool this guy off.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Ben Simmons.
And the D tried to get physical with him down low tonight, and it really backfired. Instead, he's just torn them up. He was aggressive. inviting the contact and really just taking it straight to him.
He got an extra boost from the grief these fans were giving him here tonight. They were riding him hard all night, and he ate it up. Some guys just like being the villain, I guess.
To me, that play is about focus from Al Horford. Just extraordinary body control on the finish. Nice.
One shot behind the lanes.
You always hear coaches preaching consistency. Doris, what enables that kind of night in, night out reliability?
Well, I think a lot goes into it, and you can start with pride, Kevin. If you're putting in the kind of preparation necessary, then you're going to take a certain amount of pride in the things you do on a night-by-night basis. Things aren't always going to go your way, but it's not how you end the night. It's how do you respond in the middle of the game when things are going against you. Calls haven't gone your way, or perhaps there's a bad matchup. What's your response? So a lot of things go into consistency, and it's why we take special pride covering players who pride themselves on being available.
And one of the most admired things you have, too, as well.
Correct. Michael Jordan loved to play every night.
Bogut with it. Now guarded by Towns. Here's Ingles. Here's Bogut. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
How about the size of Bogut, right? This is just a massive man making a difference inside, and he will now head to the free throw line.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one.
Listen, this guy's not intimidated by anyone. In fact, Bogut does most of the intimidating himself.
Both teams deciding to change it up. He's off on the second. We know James Harden joined Durant and Westbrook in winning league MVP honors, Doris. Had those 3 stayed together in Oklahoma City, is there any doubt in your mind that they would have won at least one NBA championship?
Well, you think back to the time they worked together, and they did go to an NBA Finals and ended up being eliminated by LeBron James and the Miami Heat. So obviously, you like the opportunity they would have had to go to more. And let's give a little credit to the great GM of the Oklahoma City franchise, Sam Presti, who is responsible for the drafting of 3 MVP candidates. That in and of itself is quite remarkable. But you know this, Kevin. Success and failure, there is such a fine line. And there's a tenuous nature to things, an injury at the wrong time. So many times this trio was tripped up by an untimely situation. So, I mean, if they stay together, yes, you like their chances, but this is why history states otherwise.
Dellavedova from outside. Montero grabs the miss.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And Jay gets the whistle that time. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
First one falls for him. And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
Listen, it's only 1 miss, but it hurts all the same as they try to cut into this lead.
20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now here's Bogut. He kicks it to Dellavedova. The three-pointer no good. Passes it to the quick. And so the road team gets the W in this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
It's time.